Alrighty. Hey everybody, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David and her ladyship and Bassman's wife? How we all doing? Hope you're doing well. Now today we're getting on to der Messerschmitt, ja, ja, ist gut. And I'm thinking we're going to continue our decaling maneuvering. But we need to do a bit of assessment before we get our water because disappointing. Yeah, caught nothing again. Now part of it is, speaking for myself, I understand brim. I don't understand carp. I think that's the problem. But we have a cunning plan where next week, weather permitting, we'll go to our usual river and see if it's showing any signs of recovery or coming back to life. In the first, because we didn't generally do 2 sessions in the morning. After the break, if it's not firing, we're going to go to a place called Gulwa, and that's got a area of fresh water that, in fact, the Murray itself, of which Gore attaches to as part of an area called Lake Alexandrina, is grossly overpopulated with carp. This is a known fact. And yeah, you can put the body part of your choice in the water and you will come out with a carp on it. We'll leave that discussion there. Anyway, but getting back to the modeling, we're onto the Messerschmitt. What I need to do is, oh, for God's sake, why is this here? I knocked that off earlier and failed to pick it up. Nice one, big boy. I need to have a quick look on some of the decals in terms of some of them will be going on where the engine cowling is, and that is currently off because we're going to. But first, hello, caffeine, my old friend. It's time to drink with you again. All right, round we come. Bam. Now, excuse me a moment. I'm back. Now, Deedly. Now, here we go. All right. Da. There's a blast from the past. All right, so 14 there. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, no, it goes there. Okay, that's on the cowling. That's on the vent. Now this poses a question. Do I wish to put the vent on? That's an option. Maybe I should do assembly instead. or at least some assembly. Because well, I need to get them together anyway. One. Looking, not finding it. Here we go. No, that's the cowlings. One. Where's the other part? Aha. Now. These will go together to form a vent housing. And there is a vent that goes with it. Now, have they given us a point of it will go together nicely. I mean, they match quite neatly. Now, with that, we're also supposed to put in that, which is in the blue box at the moment. You probably can't quite see what I'm pointing at here. And the reason I'm looking at this is because one of the decals goes on there, I think. But it would be a little bit more easy to assess if I just put that on, which is going to have to happen anyway. This is what I'm looking at. And then we can start looking at maybe putting the decals that need to go on the cowling. Excuse me. Because first I'll probably get that together. That would be the trick. Hi, Skid Racer, how you doing? Oh, just a bit more focus there. There we go. Now, blue box up bits. So many bits. Give me a moment. I would suggest. If not, I do know where else it might be. Here it is. Excellent. Now, what's that? Excuse me a moment, guys. I just want to extract a very small part from a slightly larger part here. I don't even know what that slightly smaller part is. It's nothing. It's actually a bit of tape. Okay, I don't need. Well, I've got a bit of tape in there, but I ask you, where's the sense in that? And I might want to keep that out. Now, good people. Oh. I'm good. I'm very good. Now, how far back does this go? Yeah, I did try and do that. Skid Racer. It didn't. Oh, a moment. Let me just get this in. Process how far back it's got to go to be correct. Oh. Does that mean? Is it an identifying mark? No. So you'd assume. See, this is. Can't help but think they've made this a little more difficult than it needs to be. Yeah, no worries. Now, I want to put that away. Put it away, boy. Put it away. Now, and another bit that needs to be, this is an engine bracket, for God's sake. Better keep my eye out for anything else that might have come out. God's sake, boy. Now, knowing these three pieces need to go together, let's get this organized. Sprue cutters. Now, let's put that away, shall we? Dear, oh dear. I ask you, people. Now, next, sprue cutters, as I said. Healing. Come here. There we go. God. It would have been easier had they made the bing, bing, bing one piece. I'm not quite sure why they couldn't do that. Nonetheless, these are the trials and tribulations of a scale modeler. Now, after this, oh God, that's the angle, I think. Yeah, that's better. All right. And what about this side? I'll just clean that edge up a bit. All right. Excuse me. Now. All righty. Nah. Might just zoom out a bit. Just a bit more filing here. Filing, filing, filing. See that modeler filing. Oh, talk about overthinking it, big boy. All I've got to do is once I get them, they will actually sit quite neatly up by the looks of it on the desk with just very little effort. Oh, that's a bit, potentially a bit, looky that. Now, bearing in mind that, no, they're not together, but I haven't put glue on them. Okay, well, that being so, let's see. Zoom out again for a bit. Probably a bit too far, but so if I was to get one of those, put that there. Now, just trying to work out the best way to tweezers would be the best way to do this. So let's just give it a dry run, as it were. What I'm really checking for here is to confirm as to the how well this filter will sit inside the oh, really? All right. Yeah, I was just overthinking that shit. Well, and bearing in mind, hang on, nudge. Ha! Yeah, I think I can actually confirm I was overthinking that. Just that easy. Or it will be. Fantastic. Got to be happy with that as an outcome. Now, yoink. I think I need a mouthful of coffee, by golly, by gosh. Now, glue. Boom. I reckon I will return this to the blue box. Actually, no, I've got a better idea. I'm not entirely happy with how that is anyway. I want to glue those together and let them dry before I put this in. So I'll do that. And I'll ground this up at the end because that's a really messy thing to do. But pop that there for the time being. Let's get these together. And then we're going to have a, what was I going to say? It's going to say something. So it was. It's true. Just noticed something. Oh, that'll be okay. I may. I know. That's what they reckon to do. That's okay. I was just looking at on the assembly sheet. There's a bit of photo etch that needs to go on. Do I want to do it now? Possibly. Rubbing. Decisions. Actually, yeah, might as well. There's a few things we can actually. Oh no, change my mind. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. That used to be my housemate's ringtone. Now, make sure I've got them the right way around. And happy, happy, joy, joy. Still need to do a bit of prettying up, I would suggest. What's this on the bottom? Hang on a moment, guys. Put some mucky muck on here. I was just gonna. Oh, curses! Okay, first up, what was that black stuff? Something's happened there. Okay, that's just annoying. That's all that is. Now, I'm probably best advised to redo that glue. That's also annoying. I ask you, kids. But hey, there's a lot worse outcomes in this world than having to worry about that. Oh, oh, stop that. It's an get off my bloody finger. Bloody thing. Oh, why, you little? Why, I oughta. Then I oughta. Oh, you fucking. Sometimes you gotta think that these little fuckins get will do you toothpick. Or actually, oh, you cunt of a thing. Get on there. That's it. That's where you gotta go. What I'll do is I'll let that dry a bit. This, I believe, is a situation where some thin glue can work a treat. So we will maybe just slide it up a touch. That's feeling like it's drying okay, but never hurts. I believe this stuff is the job, stuff for the job. The jury is, in my experience, a bit out on this. Some people swear by it. All right, we'll let that dry, shall we? Yes, we shall. Next, now, ow. That's not an ow from the brush, it's an ow from my arm for some reason. It was getting better. Okay. Next. Now, some of these decals, where they go is as clear as mud. Let's get the decal sheet. Now, because they give two numbers, but point to much the same area, like so. This is not helpful. Now, there are, however, a few ways I can go about this, or I can make sure I get the correct whatever form they're supposed to have. And that is to possibly get one of my completed models, or even a book, as I have an abundance of them, that would have the very images we seek. Either or. Probably bringing in one of my completed ones would be easier, because otherwise with the books I'd have to rummage. So we'll do that. That'll tell us where some of these decals have got to go. Now, in the meantime, I'll just quickly zoom that in a bit so you can see our subject matter a bit better. There we go. Now, this is actually, which one to grab? Probably the earliest model I've got is an E, but they would have much the same sort of, but they probably all do, have the same sort of tech in bits and bobs, but we'll see. It'll at least give us something to work with. That'll do us. That'll do us. Grab this one. Okay. Well, I guess as a side thing, you'll actually get to see a bit closer of a completed model of mine. This is clearly fairly early on, made fairly early on in my time, because it doesn't have an aerial or any aerial wire. More's the point. What I'm trying to find out okay, so these, well, very quickly, boom. That is the one of my completed 109E. I think that's an E4. That's helmet Vic. Anyway, point being, it wasn't very clear on the assembly sheets as to what goes where decal wise here. Now, what I'm seeing on this is there's one that goes along that line and up on either side in red. And that makes sense with regards to, that would be those two decals there. Now, whether the thing of black is an option, I don't know. Then we come to 29 and 31. Now, they are these. All I can think is that they would go along. I reckon reckon I got it, guys. Reckon I got it. That one, yeah. Okay, I've identified how this rolls out, I think. Oh God, my wrist is starting to give me the shits now. Really? Now, so there are some. Just gonna. Yeah, that's good. It's okay, sir. It's solid. Okay, I'll just leave that there. That's good. I'm glad you like it, mate. Now, what I was trying to identify was because, like I said, on the assembly sheets for the 109A, it wasn't very clear as to which decals went where. Now, what happens on the 109 is slightly different to this, where we have, yes, that line there. On the 109A, there's also one that goes down there or up that way. Don't ask me why this is, but it is. That's what we do. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah. All right, now that this has served its purpose, we shall place it somewhere carefully. Over there. Yeah, I've done some other 109s that I think look much nicer than that. I think the G6, that was a Tamiya. That gets an Airfix. And I haven't actually. Oh, I'm getting distracted. Because there's one that's actually kind of cool. Because what I did was I took the Airfix end and put it on an AZ. Now I've started. I'll be back in a minute, and then I'm going to show you this, and then we're going to get back onto the 109 A. I'm going to be back with a different 109 E4. That'll be gallons, and also show you what I think is probably my best 109, which is the G6. Back in a minute. So yeah. Hope you guys don't mind my doing this. Now, here comes Adolf. I think that wire's still good. No, that's come off. I have to fix that at some stage. And here's Eric. There. Now, this is, give me a moment. This is my Adolf Galland. And what I did here was that's an Airfix engine, but the cockpit, because I preferred the cockpit on the AZ. Give me a moment. And which, of course, because of the light, you can't see fuck all of. There we go. So you can see the dash there. Yeah. Anyway, that's my garland. And where did I put? Oh, there he is. I'll now put this somewhere where I'm not going to be moving to, just so as it's. And this doesn't have an engine, which is a bit unfortunate. But oh yeah, it's become off loose here. That's right. The aerials on this one's come a bit loose as well. This is my Tamiya G6 Eric Hartmann. The decals are aftermarket. They were from what was the company? They do a lot of the downside Heading House, I think. And the problem is when you get them, but they're all on one sheet. The backing is all one big sheet, and so you have to adapt to work with it. But yeah, that's there we go. Actually, if I can get to, give me a moment. Maybe if I hold it that way, across, here we go. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's the Tamiya with the Penny House decals for Eric Hartmann. Yeah, I love my 109s, I do. That is an indisputable fact. To me, they are the sexiest aircraft ever. They are dead sexy. And don't get me wrong, Spitfire, Mustang, beautiful aircraft. Really nice. The Mustang particularly, really nice lines. But all I'm saying to you is 109. Yeah. It's just something, it's just, you know how sometimes you just look at something and you go, that's the one I like. It's just, I think part of it might also be that when I first took an interest in, now that we've identified this, in scale modeling, I did a bit of research into who the top aces were. Because I wanted to build all the top aces. And about the first top, well, God knows however many, were all Luftwaffe pilots. Now, the reason for that is not that they're all just that good. No, the reason is because if you're in the Luftwaffe, you flew unless you were dead. You did not get rest and recreation. Brutal realities. And those that survived racked up big tallies. So I think it could be partly that. But yeah, just so sexy. Whoa. Now, it would appear there's a decal on the propeller. Jolly good, we can do that. Now, what I'm sort of looking for here is decals that are to go on pieces that are not currently on the aircraft, if you follow me. Like this, for example. So, what we'll do Happily I got myself some fresh blue tack. Jeez, who would have thought? More blue tack, Rob. Who would have fucking thought, eh, son? Cool. Now, I'm not in any great hurry to get on my way today. So we'll see how much we get done on this. What I might even do, we'll do as much as we can on this today. And tomorrow we'll get back onto the Mustang car. And we'll get back onto this on the Wednesday and hopefully get it all ready to rock and roll up to the same sort of point as the Mustang aircraft. So yeah, and then we'll be able to basically, the aim being, go down the home run with all of them and then get onto the tank, a couple of other aircraft in the meantime. And they're all, that run is done. It will be time to hit the HMS Warspite. That is my take on things. Now, next. This one. Now, dear oh dear, may as well as take this off. Small file, which of course I've just put away. Now then, one, boom. All right. So, I don't be needing that anymore. Yoink. Splatch. And bam. Modeling with sound effects. Bah, bah, bah. Now, next. Okay, what we need to do. Propeller. Propeller. Oh, I'm being very silly today. And there's nothing wrong with that. I also noticed something. A couple of things here. In fact, all right. Anyway, you may have heard me trot out the line, and there's nothing wrong with that. Before, have I ever told you where I got it from? If the answer is well, some of you would definitely not know. Bassman and David might know. If not, well, here we go, because it's funny. It's from something I'm going to do very quickly here whilst I have a quick look. Now, I might do a bit of tidying up on this. I definitely need to do a bit of tidying up in the black middle there. So we'll do that. What I could do and get away with on the tidy ups on this, it's only the actual propeller blades, is use an acrylic black. It's a bit cheaty, but you know. And then it'll be, but then I've got to put the decal on. Rubbing. Well, given that I probably won't get the decaling completed today, I'll do the job properly. What colour do I want to go on the middle? There, probably chassis black. So we've got 2 blacks to work with. All right. We'll do that. Now, yes, getting back to there's nothing wrong with that. It's from a comedy show from New Zealand called 7 Periods with Mr. Gormsby. It's called 7 Periods because there's 7 episodes. And actually, I reckon I have told this one before. Maybe. Hell with it. I'll tell it again. And basically, Mr. Gormsby says not so much old school as colonial sort of dude. Well, that's his mentality pretty much. Like he's struts in with a swagger cane. Or swagger stick rather. And as he's going in, there's a kid smoking and he gets the stick and smacks it out of the kid's hand and glares at him. And it's that's the sort of mindset this guy has. And even the staff don't want him. But they've got no one else because the series opens with, because the class he gets is 5F, and it's the class with all the shitheads and flunkies and whatever. All the kids that no one else wants. And the relief teachers, storms out, and it's an Indian woman, and basically she's come into the class, and there's this whatever her name is, and I can't remember what the actress is, but it's got her basically a well-drawn picture of her orally pleasuring a cow, and that's why, because basically no relief teacher will have them, that's why they get Gormsby. Anyway, and at the end of episode 1, or getting towards the end of episode 1, he comes on in. He finds this picture drawn on the quite well drawn picture of him with his pants down, presenting the butt, with Mr. Gormsby takes it up the arse. And as he goes through finding out who put it up there, and by deeply traumatizing another kid by saying basically he will Roger the other student unless somebody fesses up, and eventually, of course, someone does. But then he chips out with, but the worst part about this, boys, is that it simply isn't true. No, none of that mucky business for old Gormsby. But not that there's anything wrong with it. And then he goes on to explain that there's a lot of big names in history who have been gay. Alexander the Great, Peter Tchaikovsky, goes on to list a whole stack of big names who are camp as a row of tents. And then he outs the commerce teacher. As he's listing off his name, he's there. And even Mr. Horton, your commerce teacher. Yes, you didn't know that, did you, boys? So yes, many of the world's greatest leaders, composers, and commerce teachers are bona fide bona fide pillow biters. But there's nothing there's nothing wrong with it. And basically, he said, so I want you to get out your pens and your books, and we are going to write 100 times. Mr. Horton, which is the commerce teacher, takes it up the arse, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that manifests later in the series where one of the boys thinks he might be gay, but he's not sure, and basically Gormsey comes to this ludicrous way of assessing it. But when the boys then who are present for this discovery as to whether the guy's gay or not, they say, "Oh, what's going on, sir?" And he's there. Well, Letizia thinks he might be homosexual, and as it turns out, he is. So, boys, let's hear it. Letizia is a homosexual, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, there's yeah. So if you hear me go, like so. Yeah, that's why you'll hear me go. There's nothing wrong with. That's where it comes from. Yeah, it's a bit out there, but yeah, it's a pretty good lineup. You start going, what the fuck? And then, yeah. And you got to say, the man has a case. Oh, a fair while ago now, man. I believe 2003. So YouTube is my suggestion. YouTube has a remarkable amount of things. 7 Periods with Mr. Gormsby. Gormsby. New Zealand TV show. And yeah, there's a lot of that sort of very dodgy, running the edge sort of humor in it. And sometimes I'm going to hit you with a bit of a spoiler should you find the series. It actually was a case of art imitating life in my experience. And what I mean by that is that I used to work in, sorry, I'm just bumping the camera there, a disability unit at a high school. And there was a lad there, nice enough lad on the whole, who was mostly non-verbal, but he discovered his boy toy and didn't really understand the whole thing of time and place and context. And so you had to occasionally remind him to remove his hand, shall we say. The term you'd hit him with was safe hands, Caleb. And he just, oh, okay. Just let go. Yeah. Anyway, in one episode, they get a kid with a pretty severe learning disability into 5F because the headmaster discovers that they can get better funding if they have a disabled, which is what the term was at the time. I don't know what the term is now. It does change on occasion. Kid on their books. This to the headmaster is great money. So they get him in, they lob in ultimately into 5F, but he goes in, he's got to go to some of the other classes as well. Now, oh good Lord. But now this, actually we'll put these together, keep them like that. Anyway, where it becomes art imitates life is the character, Werner, is in a drama class at one stage. And they're doing Romeo and Juliet. And at one stage, is that the scene where Romeo gives the parting kiss sort of stuff, and then I can't remember how it comes, what inspires the teacher to address Werner, but yeah, that's it. Is everything all right, Werner? He smiles and he's there. I have stiffy. Then he looks over at his the guy next to him. Do you have stiffies? I have stiffies. And starts slapping. I mean, open hand slapping his tackle. And then starts singing. I have a stiffy. And well, the teacher looks on in horror. Feckful too, let's not be shy. And then eventually stops and has this almost this quite creepy little smile and look. And later on, it transpires that because all the teachers start protesting, look, we can't facilities for Werner. And one of the music teachers says, "Yeah, I had to change," because he had to change. Werner crapped himself in the music class. I had to change him during music class. And the drama teacher said, "You got off lightly. What, you have to change him as well? Worse." Oh dear. Now, something I might want to consider here as well. It looks like I'm not actually getting that much into the decaling, but I'm doing a lot of setting up of stuff, and that's good. Now, the guns are not going to be there, so that doesn't actually need painting. Excuse me. I was toying with whether to put paint there. I thought, well, I don't need to because that's where the guns are would go. But as I'm going to have the cowlings up, and the guns are going to be on the engine block that I'm going to create, don't need to do that. So we'll leave that there. Oop, here's something I forgot to do. Give me a moment. Where did I put the chassis black? Boom. But yeah, it's a bit left of center on the humor front, but that's, if you're into that line of humor, it's great. As luck would have it, I am. Now, once I got this done, is what I want to do here. I'll show you in a minute. Get on there, damn you. Now, wipe. Ow, my shoulder's getting sore again. Oh. Now, what I want to get to here is that little clear spot there, because that would not have been Schwarzglun. It would have been a mechanical sort of a color, you would think. And this I will now apply. Yes, I will. Zoom out a little, maybe. Now, I don't mind if I actually didn't get any work done on as far as actual decaling today, if I got a lot set up, if you know what I mean. You know what? Here's a horrible reality. My eyesight is sufficiently poor. I'm going to need to put my goggles on for this. Now, let's have a closer look. Oh, no. I actually managed to do that all but I'm using my own eyesight. I did. There's a novelty. Cool. I'll just get a little bit more in there. That's better. Yeah, there we go. Bang. Yep. So now it's got a bit more look that it should have, if you follow me. Zip. Now, something I should check as a matter of... yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There's a... couple of decals that need to go on the tail fins. So we'll put them up. Because I don't want to put the tail fins on yet, because there's a couple of decals that go at kind of awkward angle underneath. So that's why I want to get all the decals on first. My arm, I tell you. It's definitely heading for a hot pack. Now, what I should check is, are there any decals required on the wheel stalks and things? There may be. There may be. Now, here we go. No, doesn't look like it. No, okay, that's fine. On some kits you will see that they'll be actually there was some on the Lavochkin you had to do. There was like a decal that went round part of the wheel arch. So yeah, not wheel arch, wheel hub, whatever the wheel cover, wheel something. Yeah, there's a very technical piece of terminology for you. The wheel something. Oh, we're a sharp one, aren't we, big boy? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now, splatch. In fact, I might not even need. They're going to say they're nice and stable. Oh, look at that. That's good. Right. Well, we can get a start. No harm in that. Now, put the file away. Put these away. Put away. Oh, dear. Dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Now, what we can do, that will be a tomorrow one. What I would be thinking of is give me a moment. Here we go. Here's the sheet we require. Actually, now I'm thinking that we can do the ones there and on the corresponding ones on the aileron. So yeah. Now I'm going for red, I reckon, as a colour. It seems you have options. It doesn't really tell you which is the option for whichever colour scheme. So sadly they've given it now number 14. That's actually, give me a moment. There. I might get that one on to get that out of the way from the viewpoint of, oh God, what have they done to us there? Now there are 632s. It's a bit interesting. What I'm looking at there is if I take out that whole section. You probably can't see what I'm talking about. I will point this out to you shortly. Now 32s. Is that 32? That is 32. No. Where does 32 go? It does not go, apparently. What about the undercarriage? Nope. All right. So, hang on. Okay, got it. But you only need 2 of them. Why there's 6? That's weird. There's... I'll zoom in. This will be easier to explain that way. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I might want to take this out of the bag so as you don't get reflection. All righty, come here. Come here. Come here. All righty. Now, I'll use my hand as the backer. If we look at... those are pretty much the identical lines that you've got the option on either red or black. Now, to cut them out as a group would be a good idea. 14 stops that, but that's not a biggie. Just put 14 in. Boom. See you later. Now, oh God, I'll see what I'm oh-godsing about in a minute. Anyway, now down here, you'll see there's two corresponding lots. Okay, no worries. Very obviously, that's going to go one aileron, other side. Now, these are your 32s, or your 33s, depending which color you roll with. Now, on the assembly sheets, I'm only seeing two of them. Why are there six? Makes me nervous and suspicious, it does. That's just a thing that I'm considering. It's probably just overthinking it, but it could be from other, maybe other kits have that number on them. I don't know. I'm just going to give it another run through just to... And what I was old-godding about is, in fact, I can even show you here. If we go, you'll see there's a whole line of numbers. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, on a 109, on the port side, you have these numbers along the panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Now, it can be done various ways. When to me it did it, I doffed my hat to them because they had like this one decal that if you applied it correctly went on beautifully, and it did. What they've done here, scoundrels. There we go. There's a lot. So each, and you can see they're quite close together as well. So they haven't even given us the reach around of giving a bit of better space to be able to access those numbers. That's a bit of a, that's a bit harsh, that is. Don't be needing them apples, but never mind. So where do they go anyway? Getting back to the 32s. Okay. I see how this rolls. Well, let's get a start, shall we? Now, one last thing I want to check. Oh, yeah, I see exactly where that one goes. Excellent. Do I want to put that on a plinth? Maybe. Actually, I know what I'll do. I have a cunning plan. No, I don't. I'm lying. Now. Delay. There's only one decal I'm putting on here immediately. I might as well give myself the nicest angle imaginable. Look at that. Oh, ooh, convenience. We're going to put that one just there. Yeah. There is a more polite approach, or a less polite approach, rather. Alrighty. I'll do that. Very good. All right. What I'm going to do first, scalpel time. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. If I can get 7 decals on, plus all that we've got set up now, I'll consider that good progress, actually, for today on this kit. But first, let's get, so we want to go all the way along there. And boom. Yeah. And then you'll go boom. And I can see those. Yoink. Right, that's some of the ones we want to get on today. And then, now there's a bit of jiggery pokery required here. On the carve. Oh, actually, it might be. I have another cutting plan that will make this a bit easier, I reckon. So we'll go there. There. And take them out. Pop them in our bag. Dearie me. Now, we need to go. Well, yeah, they're pretty tight. This is going to be tricksy. There's actually 2 sets of numbers they've put there. Very kind of them. I don't know if they did that out of generosity. Common sense. We'll just, that's convenient for me. Oh, geez, got real close to that one too. They're very tight with their decals, and that's not really an ideal outcome in any circumstance, but it is what it is. Right, that's them out. Now, we shall pop them into here. Right, so that's them. Now, parts we're after are, and oh no, I'll need that. Now, what else I can actually carve out, well, I think too, I don't need any of that black stuff. Slice. Because if it's red on my other aircraft, I'm rolling with red on this one. That's my take on it. Indeed, I will say, rather appropriately in German, ich habe gesprochen. For those who need the translation, I have spoken. I remember even before I'd started learning German, a mate of mine, housemate at the time, started to introduce me to the Mandalorian. Now I'm going to get the bowl of water, get that out of the way. Now I need to give me a moment to, oh dear me, rearrange a few things. Stretch. Move those kits that are just they're well out of the way of any harm. Move that over to there. I'm going to need that space for the bowl of water. We'll pop those over to here. And now I would suggest we are good to go. Now. Oh, excuse me a moment, guys. I left the door to my spare room open, and it's just increasing the amount of space I obviously need to heat. So I prefer to shut that door as I have just done. Now, a bowl of warmish water. Yes. Here comes the warm water. That's probably good. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to start with decal 14. Oh, hey, John, how you doing? Now, here we go. So we want that one. Now, we go there. This blade's a bit loose. I'm not happy about that. Hang on a moment. Get it properly positioned. That's better. There we go. That's better. Yes, Roy. Now, that way. And for a moment I thought it flew off. It sort of did. It's not the angle. We want it that way. Now, tweezers. Wo ist mein? There we go. There we go. All right. Now, setter is there. Cotton wool bud here. All righty. Now, these don't take too long, so soak. Boom. Let's see how we go. Might even be doing it for us now. No, that's okay. I seem to recall from the big ones, they were pretty quick to get on the move. Yep, boom. That's the ticket. Now, just alrighty, now this, I'm miles away. You come here. Over. Oops. That actually works out quite well now. There we go. Now let's get that angle right. Cross, down. You little. Up. Not quite. There we are. Boom. Hey, Big Racer, how you doing? Ha! Yes, it is. Well, blue tack, but yeah, that's only. I think the only difference is that that's what we call it. There's the first one. Yeah, look, I find blue tack / silly putty a marvelous substance that will facilitate all manner of things. If ever I give up scale modelling, I'd be advising you to sell any shares you have in it. I praise it for so much. It's coming along. I've still got a. Now we put that about that angle, I reckon. And this, John, is why I dig blue tack / silly putty, because that's it. The next decals I wish to put on are at that angle. Looky at that. Coming up, Papa. Now, well, yeah, that is a bit of a seasonal thing, of course. A big racer over here, it's pretty chilly, but then as it goes, it's winter. Now, these decals have started to try and do tricksy things to me. Tricksy! Which is to say, trying to escape. I'm onto them, man. I'm onto them. Now, we want to go boom, 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 boom. So I'll start with this one, I reckon. Doesn't really matter. Now, where is our scalpel? Here is our scalpel. Jolly good. Now, it's going to require a bit of artistry with our scalpel. I can afford to be a bit uncaring with regards to the black decal, because I'm not using it. And splash und. Whoops, almost got the red decal but didn't, and that's all good in the hood. Now, thunderstorm, wow. I'm a fan of thunderstorms myself. I discovered, and this is something that came as a shock to me. I only discovered after she died. My grandmother, apparently, was absolutely terrified of thunderstorms. Now, the reason I find that a case of minor amusement is because, as far as it goes, she was widely regarded as an absolute hard ass. Like the sort of person who, if you put her against a division of panzers, you'd fear for the very existence of the panzer crews, you know? But no, she did not deal with, or did not like thunderstorms. She was quite frightened of them. I find that astounding because I love them. Apparently, so did my grandfather, so go figure. Now, another matter. We'll continue. Now, whilst these decals are very snug with regards to each other, happily, the deck backing is not so extensive. Now, these types of decals can be a pain in the ass to put on. At least these are good decals. I might want to go with the big one for this. Where is it? Oh, Rob, what are you doing, boy? Hang on a moment. There it is. Now this might be moving. One way to find out. Yep. Excuse me, I'm itchy here. Now, down we come. So, this one down here. Get some of that excess out. That's probably plenty. Now, off you come. Why, you little. All right, now comes the frustrating part with these ones. Because it's going to require a little bit of concentration. Nudge. Come on. Up you go. Yep. Oh, you bitch. Too much now. Let's get a bit of and get my goggles on to make sure I'm absolutely happy with that. Touch there. That's better. Almost there. All right. One wing. Zip. Now what I might do is take the goggles off for a moment. Shit, where'd I put the rest of that decal sheet? Rob, what have you done? Where have you put it? Oh, fuck. Oh. This is bad. It's not disastrous. It's not good. What's this? This? I should check the floor, I would suggest. That's bad. Hang on a moment. No. I mean, there is a lot of decal sheet there, but none that's relevant. I can confirm that much. Well, I wasn't going to put that one on anyway immediately, but I would still like to find that bit of decal sheet for very obvious reasons. I'll just have one check that I didn't put it in here. And I'll put these in here very sensibly. Where'd you put it, big boy? Well, let's get on with the other ones, because I can do that. Then I'll keep my eyes open. In a worst case scenario, I do have options on where I can get a decal suitable for that. That's not a problem. It's annoying, but it's not a problem. Oh, hey Jeff, how are you doing? Yeah, look, I gotta say, as a camo scheme, I do find it a little intriguing, but at the same time, excuse me, I'm just being a little cautious here, seeing if the sheets are hiding our decals. No, they're not. But when you see it against something that is actually green, you start going, you know, maybe they're onto something. Because it's certainly a bit tricksy to see, and that's what you want from a camouflage scheme, one would think. Now, scalpel time. Let's have a quick. No. This is again annoying. At least I have options. Anyway. Excellent. Now we'll start, I reckon, with, we'll pop that to, we can do it that way because we've got a whole stack of these. Now, so we'll go here. Them out. Cut them out. Yeah. Now we come. Get rid of that number. And then we'll get this one onto there. Here's the plan. Now, I'm going to put these 32s in that bag so that I don't have to start going, where are they? Like I have with that other one. It's very annoying. Oh, now the bag's not opening on me. Are you little? It's being a pain in my ass. Come on now. Stop that. It's silly. Come on now. Oh, you son of a... I don't want to... Oh, just Come on. Why you? We got it. Oh, you son of a! Tempt me not to rip you open. So I do not wish to do that. Really, sort of defeats the purpose of putting it in a bag, doesn't it? Aha! Hallelujah. Now, we'll go for soaking it there, grabbing it there, I reckon. Gotcha. Now, oh yeah, nice one. Alrighty, now this one goes there. This one goes there. Then we'll do the corresponding side. Now, if I don't locate, hang on, what's this? Possibly the right shape. Yeah! Right. That's a bit of a relief. So we'll get the other one on in due course. I reckon this will be ready to move now. Aha! Awesome. This is something I will commend AMG for with their decals. They just move so easily, so quickly. Makes it such a more pleasant experience. Do I need to thin that down? Just a little, perhaps. Alrighty. Oops, that's not how it's supposed to happen. Get off of my brush. That's subpar. Fuck. Alright, stay cool. Let's address this. It's, hang on. It was on the brush. Is it here somewhere? Give me the goggles. Now, they don't just disappear. Come on now, don't give me this bullshit. Let's have a closer look at this. Nope. Brush. Oh. Now that's extremely annoying. Again, not unfix it. Hang on. Is that? No. Not something I cannot fix. Hang on. Did I just see? It's got to be here somewhere. That's bizarre. If it's not on the brush, and if it's not on the part, it must be here. I thought I saw it for a moment. I've looked both ends. You would think something that was red would stick out. And my wrist is starting to hurt a lot. Maybe there? What the fuck? How does it just disappear like that? Not on the table? That's not impossible either, by the way. It's just starting to piss me off, but I'll just have to make something. I can do this. It's not a problem. It's very annoying, as I said. I'll have one last look here and then we'll do the other one. It's definitely not in here. Nope. That's annoying. Yeah. I'm going to give this one more look. It's got to be here somewhere logically. Hang on. Found it. I think. Okay. This is going to be tricky, guys. But it can be done. Am I outcome? No, okay, no, it's falling apart because of. Okay, what I'll do is I'll have to fashion another one from another decal, but we'll go on to that tomorrow. In the meantime, at least I know what's happened. At least, yeah, whatever. Annoying as all fuck though it is. That's annoying. If you want to get onto it tomorrow we'll be on the car. So yes. Anyway. All right. Get out of there. There we go. Get out of there, damn you. Right. I ask you, eh? All right. Well, I'll get these two decals on, and then I might wind things up. Oh yeah. There's quite a bit still to be done on this. I'm getting some of the decaling done now for various reasons. All right, now. We'll nudge that. There. Need to get some of that water off. A lot of that water off, in fact. There we go. Nudge there. Come on, down you go. I see the issue here. Almost there, come on. Almost. You go across there. You go across there. Now you're going in, not across. These two have actually been on both sides. Obviously, the first one was a travesty. I need to get some water off there. This one's not been real nice neither. Now, nudge that one. Because it too has split. And that's not helpful at any given time. Now, hey, yo. There we get there. Finally. Boom. Now, one last little thing, just a little wrap. There we go. That's better. Now, all right, catch you, John. Now, finally for today, we'll get this other one on the wing done. tomorrow, well, next time we get this, I'll have something to replace that with. That'll be easy, in truth, to fix. Because what I'll do, I've got a few decal sheets from 109s that will have, if not that, they'll have something like that, and I can have to do it using one of those. That's not a problem. I'll just do a bit of jiggery pokery and all will be well. All right. Now. Well, we got a bit done today. We got quite a few things set up, and that's never a bad thing. I'll hold this from here, I reckon, and soak. So yeah, tomorrow, as I said, we'll get back onto the car. Continue with our engine work or engine assembly, maybe putting some of the decals on and continuing tidying up the hull. And then on Wednesday, I reckon we'll get back to this and hopefully get all the tech decks finished fairly quickly. Well, that's not going to happen, but hopefully, the quicker we get it done, the better we are. Happier we'll be. Well, we are moving. Here we are. All right, let's do this. I seem to have caught a number. That's not good. Well, it's not. It's inconvenient. But, we'll thin this out. There we go. And now, just a little bit of maneuvering here, and it should be good. I won't lie that I find this camouflage sufficiently dark that it's actually quite hard sometimes to be absolutely sure as to whether this is right. There we get there. Not too far. Spread that up. Come here, you. All right, we're going to have to get a little bit more aggressive with this one. Get on the right side, fuck yeah. And I know. For a moment that I thought I was looking at that one, I was going, wow, that just did exactly what I wanted to. And no, that's because that's the one I've put on correctly. Hey, yo. Come on. Bitch. Ayo. Ayo. Having a bit of a time. I ask you, people. You come down here. Breathe, Rob. And up. Now we're getting there, I think. Maybe. Finally. So we've got our 2 little bits of whatever the purpose they serve is in position. And, oh, geez, it didn't move it, I know. We got that one on as well. Number 14, or decal 14, that is. Actually, something we can do before. Oh, of course, that one. We have to make one for the other side, though. What I might as well do before I wind things up. Oh, I was going to. No, I'll worry about that later. All right, that's going to be me done for today. Bit frustrated with some of the outcomes, but we did get at least some good stuff done. We got a lot of prepping done, which is no bad outcome. All right. As I said, that is me done for. Hang on, I'll just get a bit of. There we go. That's me done for today. Yeah. Okay. Well, we got to start on the tech decks. As I said, at least we got a few things prepped up. We know what's what, where it's going, how it's going to roll. Now tomorrow, I'm thinking that. Glad you enjoyed it, Bassman. Now tomorrow, I'm thinking, as I said, Mustang engine goes in the car and work on the hull. All right. First time viewers, you know what I'm about to suggest. Follow, like, or subscribe. Thank you, David. If you would like to track me down other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And again, follow, like, or subscribe. But tomorrow, as I said, we're getting onto the Mustang engine. And yeah. So that's all that's really left for me to say is that I'll be back tomorrow at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. And hopefully I'll catch you good people then. See yous. My pleasure, David.